Title: A dangerous python snake was sent to K.L.L. Pastor Jerry EZE, but what happened next was shocking. The sun had barely risen over Umuahia, Nigeria, when Pastor Jerry EZE knelt quietly at the foot of his prayer altar, a small wooden cross carved by his late father years ago. The dawn air was thick with humidity, yet inside the prayer room, it felt light, as if heaven itself hovered just above the ceiling. This was his routine: 4 a.m. prayer, a time to intercede for others, speak life into the broken, and carry burdens that weren't his own. He had no idea that just outside, coiled in the nearby bushes, was a deadly python, sent with the most sinister of intentions. He didn't see it coming. No one would have. Not in a house of prayer. Not in the home of a man who had spent his life healing others and asking nothing in return. But evil doesn't knock before entering. Days earlier, a local witch doctor named Okaigbu had stood before a crowd in the village square, furious and humiliated. Once the most feared man in the region, Okaigbu had seen his influence decline rapidly in recent months. Villagers he once controlled now attended Pastor Jerry's Sunday services. Mothers once afraid to speak his name now testified about deliverance. "Who is this Jerry?" he had spat, slamming his staff into the red earth. "Who dares dismantle my kingdom with songs and prayers?" His followers murmured. Some feared what he might do. That night, Okaigbu invoked a forbidden ritual, one rarely spoken of, even in whispers. Under a blood moon, he called upon spirits of the forest and bound a python, known to locals as Omuko, the silent killer, to a single command: find and kill Pastor Jerry EZE. The morning it arrived, Jerry's wife, Ino, had just stepped out to buy fruit for their children. The compound was quiet except for the occasional chirp of birds. Jerry remained deep in prayer. But Chika, their housekeeper, was sweeping the courtyard when she spotted it. At first thinking it was a rope someone had dropped. Then it moved. Her scream shattered the stillness. "Jesus! Jesus! A snake!" Jerry opened the front door and stepped outside just as the monstrous reptile began slithering towards him. It was easily over 15 feet long, its scales glistening like armor, its eyes dark and soulless. Instinct told him to run. But he didn't. He froze, not in fear, but in something else. Peace. And then he did something no one expected. He knelt. Right there, in front of the advancing python. He began to pray, not for himself, but for the one who sent the snake. "Father," he whispered, "I know this is not from you. But I also know you are above all powers. Whoever sent this serpent, Lord, have mercy on them. Show them light." The python halted. It raised its head, poised to strike, but didn't. Instead, it stared. Something unseen passed between the creature and the kneeling man. Then, shockingly, it turned. Slowly, it slithered back the way it came. "Nabe."